Hello everyone, Joel here. If you told me at the start of 2026 that I'd spend my weekends fighting corporate capitalism in a fairy tale office, time traveling with a vampire waifu, and managing a 12-person party of magical girls who collectively have more trauma than a therapy convention, I probably would have believed you. Because this year has been absolutely unhinged for JRPGs. So grab your snacks, put your phone on Do Not Disturb, and get ready. From the heights of the Calvard Republic to the depths of pixel art hell, these are the top 15 new JRPGs of 2026 that you must play right now. Let's get into it. For a start, we have Code Vein 2, or as I like to call it, anime Dark Souls for people who think sunscreen is a suggestion. Bandai Namco is back with more revenant vampires, and honestly, the plot is actually quite okay. You're a hunter teamed up with a girl named Lou who literally gives you a piece of her heart. Talk about a stage 5 clinger, right? But hey, she lets you time travel, which is a great way to fix a relationship, or save a dying world. The character creator is so deep you'll spend 4 hours making a waifu with assets so large they clip through the armor. The combat is classic Punish Me Daddy Souls-like, but you get a partner to revive you. It's like having a wingman who drags your drunk ass out of a bar fight just so you can get punched again. It's frustrating, gorgeous, and the music slaps harder than a scorned ex.
You may stand up.
Moving on, we have Dragon Quest VII Reimagined. Square Enix finally decided to take their massive 100-hour dinosaur and shave it down into something that won't cost you your marriage. They cut a few islands, which sounds like a tragedy until you realize the game still clocks in at 55 hours of pure unadulterated helping grandpas and fighting slimes. It's basically a digital dioramas and dolls set that looks so good it'll make your eyes leak. The combat is the real MVP here. They added a moonlighting system that lets you equip 2 vocations at once. Want to be a warrior who's also a professional dancer? Go for it, live your best life. The only downside is the game treats you like a toddler. There are markers for everything. I'm surprised there isn't a giant arrow pointing to the A button. It's a bit too easy, but watching your party let loose with special moves makes you feel like a god. If you want a cozy masterpiece that won't take 6 months to finish, this is the one. And here we have Tales of Berseria Remastered, or as I like to call it, the We Need More Yacht Money special. Bandai Namco basically took a game you can find in a bargain bin for $5, slapped a remastered sticker on it, and called it a day. The dungeons are still bland, grey corridors that look like a depressing office building, and the combat is so easy you can literally win by smashing your forehead against the controller while playing as Velvet. But, and this is a big but that even Velvet's edgy outfit can't hide, the story is absolutely god tier. It's a dark, messy revenge tale led by characters so well written you'll actually care about their trauma. Velvet is the angry, stabby queen we deserve, and Magilu is the chaotic witch we need. It's the same game you've played before, just slightly faster and on your PS5. Buy it for the feels, ignore the lazy cash grab. Next on the list, we have Spark Ignites, a 2.5D pixel art indie that's currently in early access and holding itself together with duct tape and a dream. It's got that gorgeous octopath lighting that makes every scene look like a cinematic medieval masterpiece. But then you open a chest and boom, total silence. It's so quiet outside of the music that you'll wonder if your character even has feet. The story follows 2 orphans, Ash and Clover, on a pilgrimage that's basically a one-way ticket to Trauma Town. The translation is a bit of a mess. It feels like it was run through an AI that was having a midlife crisis, but the tactical combat and star resonance system are actually super satisfying. It's definitely a fixer-upper of a game. The fishing minigame is a crime against humanity and the UI needs a serious glow-up. But if you're into high-potential projects and want to see a world-changing secret unfold while the devs frantically patch the holes, give it a shot. Next on the menu is Dread Trials, a game that asks the question, what if the men all died in a century-long war and the women had to carry the entire team? It's a low-budget action RPG from Hitbear Studio that feels like a spiritual successor to Eternal Dread. The graphics are a bit early 2000s indie, but the combat is surprisingly fluid if you're into hack-and-slash games where you can accidentally get stunned into oblivion by a boss. The real spicy selling point here is the capture system. You can subdue enemies, tie them up, and then convince them to join your party. There's even an interrogation mini-game involving whipping and tickling. No judgment here, but let's just say it's a very specific vibe. It's got a deep rune system for skill customization and a story that's blissfully short and to the point. If you want a cheap anime-styled RPG where you can literally put your enemies in stocks after a fight, this is your weirdly specific dream come true. Before we continue the video, I want to inform you that right now, there are tons of crazy deals in instant gaming, especially if you love RPG games. Remember how expensive modern gaming lately? Well, not anymore, since you can get so many amazing titles with crazy discounts in instant gaming. Can you believe that just with $10 or even less than $5, you can enjoy one of the best gaming experiences in your life? Just look at these titles. It used to cost like $30 or even more than $40. And to make things even crazier, some games even drop so far to just $1. If you're a smart guy, you know what you have to do. All you have to do is just click my link in the description below, start searching for your favorite games, and use the activation code on your chosen platform. By using my link, you're not only saving tons of money, but also helping me to support this channel. Alright then, let's get back into the list. Next up, we've got Touhou Blooming Soul, which is basically Dead Cells if it went to a rave in Gensokyo and developed a serious mood disorder. You play as Kokoro, a masked yokai who's so emotionally bottled up she makes a Victorian orphan look expressive. The game lets you swap between 4 emotions on the fly: joy for magic spam, anger for close combat beatdowns, sorrow for tanking hits, and happiness for dodging like a caffeinated ninja. It's fast, it's pixel art porn, and it's arguably the prettiest Touhou fan game to date. The roguelite loop is tight, usually lasting about an hour per run, but the real kicker, you can eventually play as the bosses you just finished bullying. Imagine beating up Reimu or Moko and then deciding, yeah, I'll take that moveset for a spin. It just got English support, so you don't have to guess what your items do anymore. Though let's be honest, we're all here for the screen-filling combos and the overwhelmingly positive vibes. Next one is Labyrinth of Touhou 3, a dungeon crawler that will absolutely humble you if you try to play it like a casual. Imagine a party of 12, yes, 12 Gensokyo girls taking on bosses that feel less like enemies and more like complex math problems designed to ruin your day. It's got a massive pool of 40 plus characters and over 1,000 skills in a tree so big it'll give you decision paralysis before you even hit the first floor. The gameplay is pure JRPG masochism. You hunt rare giant enemies for that sweet XP and then get one-shotted by a boss because you forgot to bring a specific counter build. It's been called wizardry with a Touhou skin, and the difficulty curve is basically a vertical wall. But for the true grinders, there's nothing more satisfying than finally clicking that 12-man synergy into place and watching a boss's 1500% party-wide nuke bounce off your defenses. Next up is Labyrinth Trailblazer, a hidden gem that's basically Etrian Odyssey on a speedrun. If you love mapping out dungeons but have the attention span of a goldfish, this is your game. It's a first-person roguelike where runs are short, like 20 minutes short. but the strategy is surprisingly deep. You start with 2 characters and pick up more at campfires, building a party of weirdos to take on 30+ animated monsters that actually look like they belong in a retro masterpiece. The prediction system is a godsend, showing you exactly what the enemies are planning so you can counter their bullshit before it happens. It's definitely an indie project. The UI is a bit duct tape and prayers, but the developer is constantly patching things. It's cheap, it's punchy, and it lets you gun down an evil tree before lunch. If you've ever wanted the Etrian vibe without the 80-hour commitment, this one is a no-brainer. Next up is Escape from Ever After. This is a satirical RPG that takes the classic Paper Mario formula and kicks it right in the corporate groin. You play as Flint Buckler, a storybook hero who finds out his evil dragon nemesis has turned her castle into corporate headquarters. Capitalism has invaded fairy tales, and now you have to climb the corporate ladder just to save the world. The combat is that snappy, perfectly timed turn-based goodness we all crave, but with a big band jazz soundtrack that absolutely bangs. You'll be teaming up with disgruntled employees to solve noir murder mysteries and fight off villainous real estate developer versions of the Three Little Pigs. It's got badges, partners, and enough office banter to make you feel like you're actually at work, minus the actual soul-crushing despair. Next up on our list is Monster Crown Scene Eater, the game that finally lets you play a Pokemon-like without the child-safe training wheels. This is a massive glow-up from the first game, trading in the game-breaking bugs for a polished, edgy, and surprisingly deep Shin Megami Tensei-style experience. You play as Asur, a farm boy on a revenge quest that actually gets bloody, in a world where monsters range from cute to holy crap. Why does that have so many eyes? The star of the show is the true cross-breeding system. We're talking over 1,100 unique sprites because every monster has 5 hybrid forms depending on how you breed them. It's a literal mad scientist simulator where you can pass down stats and moves without restriction. The combat is a snappy 5-type rock-paper-scissors system, but don't let the retro GBA visuals fool you. The bosses will absolutely humble you if you don't respect the grind. It's dark, it's nostalgic, and it's perfect for anyone who wants to build a team of customized abominations to dismantle a corrupt holy order. The next game is People of Note, a game that's essentially what happens when a Broadway musical and a JRPG have a high-budget love child. You play as Cadence, a pop singer who gets rejected from a song contest and decides the only logical response is to travel the world and recruit a band of magical misfits to save music itself. It's an Annapurna published gem that feels like a Double Fine project mixed with the strategic DNA of Final Fantasy. The combat is a wild interactive performance where you time attacks to the beat for extra damage and pull off genre-bending mashup attacks that look as good as they sound. Each city is themed after a different genre, from EDM neon dreamscapes to greedy rock fortresses, and the soundtrack is so good you'll be buying the OST before the credits even roll. My favorite part? The absolute insanity of the accessibility. You can literally turn off the puzzles or the combat if they're getting in the way of your vibe. It's colorful, charming, and packed with more music puns than a dad joke convention.
A soothing sound.
Thanks!
Moving up, we have Mega Man Star Force Legacy Collection, the remaster that finally rescued these games from the double screen or bust prison of the DS. Capcom went all out and rebuilt this in the RE engine, giving us 7 games of grid-based card battling bliss that look so crisp you'll forget they originally ran on a handheld from 2006. The real MVP of this collection is the quality of life stuff. You can toggle encounter rates, use a speed boost to skip the boring bits, and even regain all your HP after a fight if you're feeling lazy. Plus, they included all those Japanese exclusive bonus cards that used to require a physical trip to a Tokyo hobby shop. The online PvP is surprisingly sweaty for a 20-year-old series, but there's nothing like pulling off a Black Ace transformation and watching your opponent's health bar evaporate. Next up, we have Bravely Default Flying Fairy HD Remaster, a game that proves the Nintendo Switch 2 launch lineup is basically a museum for masterpieces. This is a top-to-bottom glow-up of the 3DS classic, and it's still the platonic ideal of a turn-based JRPG. You follow Tiz, Agnes, Idea, and Ring-a-Bell as they try to fix the world's corrupt crystals. The Brave and Default combat system is the ultimate risk-reward drug. You can bank turns to go on a killing spree or burn future turns and pray the boss doesn't turn you into a red smear on the floor. The job system is a tinkerer's wet dream with over 1,000 skill combinations, and this remaster even adds new Joy-Con 2 minigames like a rhythm challenge and an airship sim. Sure, the second half of the story still drags like a weary traveler in the desert, but with the updated visuals and that god-tier soundtrack, it's a must-play masterclass in old-school charm. Next on our list is Monster Hunter Stories 3, the game that proves Capcom is tired of being the safe sibling and is finally ready to get a little dark. This third entry follows twin Rathalos born in a world teetering on extinction, and it trades the Saturday morning cartoon vibes for a more mature narrative that actually lets its protagonist speak. It's a gorgeous RE engine spectacle where the monsties are massive. The habitat restoration system makes every low-tier creature relevant, and the kinship skills are so over the top, they'll make your GPU sweat. The tactical combat has been overhauled with a new stamina system and synchro rushes, making the rock-paper-scissors gameplay feel way more like a high-stakes chess match than a guessing game. You can now swap genes between monsters without losing the parents, RIP to the sacrificing your favorites era, and the new dual-element monsties let you create some truly cursed elemental hybrids. It's got some growing pains with a missing post-game at launch and a Ratha you can't kick out of the party, but for the pure joy of hatching a Xenograe in 4K and saving the world with your best scaly friend, it's a 2026 standout.
Are you okay? You did it!
And finally, the grand finale of our list is Trails Beyond the Horizon. If you're a fan of this series, you already know the drill. You're basically 13 games deep into a digital prison of your own making, and you wouldn't have it any other way. This milestone entry takes us back to the Calvard Republic, but this time we're juggling 3 different protagonists: Van Arkwright, Rin Schwarzer, and the fan favorite Kevin Graham. It's a multi-route roller coaster that finally starts answering questions we've been asking the whole time. The combat is the series' most evolved yet, blending real-time field action with tactical turn-based command battles. They've added some absolute game breakers like ZOC, which lets you slow down time to turn enemies into pixelated pulp, and shard commands that'll give you a massive edge if you can survive the bosses who also know how to use them. Is it long? Yes. Is it slow-paced? Absolutely. Does the dialogue feel like it was written by a philosophy major who's had 5 espressos? You bet. But for the hardcore Kiseki faithful, this is absolute cinema. Alright boys, I think that's it for today. I know that there are other games that I haven't mentioned yet, so how about sharing your favorites that probably deserve the spot in the comment section below. Don't forget to like the video and make sure to subscribe the channel if you don't want to miss another great list. Thank you for watching and have a good day. Peace!